Happy Halloween, guys! See, I'm dressed up. No, I just got out of bed. I'm not dressed up. Right, first things first this morning is coffee. It's about 9 o'clock and I am damn tired. We are going to York. There's some sort of light show thing in York today. It's not this weekend anyway. And we're going today. So we're heading off in about 2 hours. So I need to edit yesterday's video first. We're gonna drop the dog off so someone can look after the dog while we're gone, because we're gonna be gone a little too long. And it's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, it's supposed to be about a 3 hours drive there, so it's gonna take forever. But for now, I'm gonna have my coffee and I'm gonna get that video done. Because if I don't get it done, then it won't get done, and then I'll be behind again on a load of videos. And we don't want that, do we? No, we don't. We don't.
Hey guys, happy Halloween! I am decked out, well, I'm wearing as much of a costume as I'm going to. I have my hat on, and I have my scary cat earrings. Can you see those? Yeah, you can. I'm not wearing this all day though. I'll wear this later on this evening. We have had a really busy morning, running around trying to sort everything for the dog, for him to go away. He's going any minute. We're gonna go drop him off. So we've been for a walk, tidied up, had breakfast. I've been to the shops and everything, and Chris was still in bed. Anyway, he's up now. He's spent his morning editing yesterday's video. Hi Chris. And now we're gonna go off and drop the dog off. We are now officially en route up to York. And SatNav says it's gonna take us just over 2 hours to do, which is not bad at all, considering we've been stuck in traffic in Harbour for about the last 25 minutes. We wanted to go to the supermarket, pick up some lunch, then pick up and then stop at the petrol station. And you would not believe how difficult it is to do the 5-minute journey from our house to the supermarket on a Saturday lunchtime. Should probably turn the radio down. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, it's so difficult to do on a Saturday lunchtime. I mean, you just cannot get there. It's probably the main car park for the town centre. So anybody that lives in town or lives out of town, either they're doing the shopping or they're just coming in to do like food shopping, or they're just coming out to Saturday morning, like clothes shopping. Everybody is using the same car park and it is impossible. Anyway, we are en route now. We have plenty of snacks. Meh, you can't see those. Plenty of snacks. We'll show you as we eat them, I suppose. And we're gonna go. So, we're ready. Chris just put petrol in and he's flipping about. We're kind of en route. We're still not that far from home, but we've parked up and we're having snack number 1, which for me, well, aka lunch, basically. For me, that is king prawn, something, mango sort of wrap. It's really good. A little bit spicy and really sweet. Oh, it's really tasty. And Chris has already finished his. He had Hostin duck wrap. Hostin duck wrap for Chris, half of which ended up on his trousers.
Yeah, but it's because of that lady. Not my fault, it's that lady's fault.
We've just sat in the car park. There's cars parked all different directions around us. Watching someone trying to park their car, and it is incredible how terrible they are. So she was reversing into a space. Reasonably simple. It's a bay of 3 spaces. There are no cars outside, just a really little curb. And she could choose any one of those spaces, and she decided to reverse in. It took her 3 goes, and then she drove off. She didn't make it.
She hit the curb. She hit the curb so many times, I think I've not got enough fingers to count them. And she's just dreadful. I can't believe people who've passed a driving test have, are going to struggle that hard to get into a bay. And if after attempt after attempt after attempt after attempt after attempt you can't get in, don't try again.
Driving forwards. If you can't reverse park, don't reverse park. It's simple. Anyway, that was entertaining.
Yeah, but I ended up then spilling food all over because I was laughing so much. It was so funny. I've never laughed at someone driving a car so much in my life.
We have now been in the car for pretty much 2 hours, and we have gone, did you say 30 miles? We've gone 30 miles in 2 hours. This is insane. But at least we're on the motorway now. See? Ah, motorway. And the sun has come out and it's pretty. We're on to our next snack, which is snack number 2, I believe. I can't really remember. Which is our crisps. Yay. Mostly gone already, but we like them. What can I say? The Tyrrell's crisps. Well, we had a little debate over how you're supposed to say it. Is it Tyrrell's? Is it Tyrell's? Is it a combination of the two? We don't know. We decided I'm calling them Tyrrells for now. I'm probably completely wrong. But they're one of Chris's favourites. I'm not a massive fan because they're a little bit too hard for my liking. I don't really like my crisps crunchy, not like fancy crisp crunchy anyway. But I'll eat them and I enjoyed them nonetheless. We've been in the car, like I say, for about 2 hours. So it is time for a services break, even though we haven't gone very far yet. We should still be there for about 3:30, so we're kind of on target, which is good enough. We don't really need to be there till 6 o'clock. But I'm so excited. I'm not really sure what we're going to expect. When we get there, we're going to see Illuminating York, where they've lit up some of the major buildings or the historic buildings in the city centre. And they do like a light-based art display. It should be really exciting. Coffee break. 2 black coffees, just standard Americanos, and a coffee and walnut cake for Chris that looks amazing. But not very much walnut on it, and I like more walnut. And a blueberry muffin for me. Never had a Costa blueberry muffin before, but it said it was oozing with blueberry juice or sauce or something good. I can't wait. We are still driving. I think we have been driving.
No. Who is still driving, Jen?
Chris is still driving. We are still in the car. Chris is still driving. And it is now nearly 4 o'clock. We were hoping to be there at 3 o'clock when we left earlier on. Sun's gone in now, it's a bit dark, but the road's getting busy. At least we're not on the M1 anymore. It's a good start. Chris would rather be on the M1 because we're now on the A1, which is a bit of a pain because it's only a dual carriageway as opposed to being a 3-lane motorway. And pretty much there are the same amount of cars on here as there were on the motorway itself, which really is a pain and does slow you down. But at least it means we're nearly there, so it's a good thing, in my opinion. I think it's time for another snack. Chris, you ready for another snack? No, he's full. The motorway suddenly looks really, really dead. My theory is that it's because the rugby final has just kicked off. I don't know who's in the rugby final, and I don't really. It's in Twickenham. It's nowhere near here. I do know that bit. But I think the kickoff is about 4 o'clock, and suddenly it is now 5 to 4, and the motorway is dead. I assume that means that everyone that has gone inside to go and watch it, they've got to wherever they're going, and no one's travelling anymore, which is good. And maybe we should have left later, because then it would have been like this for our whole journey. I don't know. Maybe that's not why. Maybe there just aren't any cars up here. But my theory is the rugby. We are so close to being there now. We are just outside of York. Look, there is the wall, which means that the other side of the wall must be York. Woo! Nearly done. Conversely though, that's the station, which appears to not be inside York. That's where we're heading towards, ultimately. No, you can't see it on the camera. You can only see trees. You can just see tiny little spires in the middle.
It's 10 to 5, we finally made it to York. Jen did loads of driving. She didn't do any. Although she didn't sleep, which is first.
Woo!
I can't believe we left the house at, I think it was pretty much bang on noon. And it's now, let's say, 10 to 5. So it's taken us 5 hours to do 130 miles because of all the stopping for food, toilet breaks and stuff. I can't believe how long it took. It should have been about 2.5 hours according to the car when we first got it in. But we're here. Look. That's not actually a very good thing to look at. If that was what all York had to offer.
It's wet. Just see
okay. If that's all York had to offer, I think I'd be very disappointed. What time did we finish that time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So we've still got to wait another hour before we can do anything. I'm not hungry. Are you hungry?
No, I'm not.
Probably the snacking we've been doing.
We just had to stop at this amazing little butcher's sandwich shop place. It looks fantastic and it smells amazing, and there's no way we could walk past without stopping. And Chris has got, what did you get? A pork sandwich? Pork and stuffing sandwich? Any good? So good he hasn't even offered me a bite.
You didn't want any?
I didn't want one. I'm too full. We had far too many snacks in the car. but it does smell pretty damn good. Little places like this is the reason I love being in York. You've got little tiny winding streets and you never know quite what you're gonna come across. This pub, but like Tudor styled pub, I have no idea what it is or how long it's been there, but I can only assume it's always been there, and it's very, very old building. But it's lovely. I think it's the Shambles area that we're in at the moment, although I haven't seen a map and I don't really know. But it's just so beautiful and cute. Can imagine this being an amazing place to visit at Christmas time. It would just be so beautiful all lit up.
We've just been to pick up our tickets for an event. Where is it, the event, Jen?
Botanic Gardens?
Botanic Gardens. And we had to get it from the information desk place near it. We've just been dealt with by an amazing guy, Dave. He couldn't have done any more to help, really. He's probably one of the friendliest, most helpful information people I've ever dealing with, because often they can be a bit grumpy and a bit, I don't want to do this, it's late in the day, but we're at 5:30. And he was just really useful, really helpful, and went out of his way to make sure that we had as much information as we needed, just to make, you know, just to kill an hour before our event, which is really, really good. So Dave, from me to you, this is a big thank you. We found a cute little Christmas shop, but I do pose a question. Is this place open all year round? I can't imagine they make much money outside of, well, November through December. There's a lot of really cool, old-fashioned sort of Christmas decorations rather than the type you get in the Argos catalogue and stuff like that. There's a secret upstairs to this place, and there's some really, really old-fashioned sort of like toys, kids' toys. In fact, nearly as old-fashioned as that camera. That's camera reception, that is. But I wonder when they were made, because they're probably not actually as old as they look. They probably came off a manufacturing line last week, but just made in such a way that they look old. But they're pretty cool. I really like the Mickey Mouse one, or the look of it. It's about there. I don't know what's in it, but it just looks cool. We've just had a wander around Illuminati Botanica in the museum gardens around York. It was £6 a ticket. It was a 20-minute walk. Unfortunately, through some quite muddy grassland. I had my nice shoes on, so that was not really a good warning, Jen. It was a bit naff. A couple of them were just lighting trees, which weren't exactly nice trees or particularly artistic lighting. And then the rest of them were some really random light-based art installations, I guess. Some things were just lights casting shadows on a building wall. Others were like little mechanical things on ropes between the trees that kind of just moved between them, making duck quacking noises and lighting up. It was extremely, extremely random, extremely weird, and I don't know why they were charging for it. Like I say, it was a bit like a very strange art installation, a series of little art installations, but with no common theme other than, I guess, lighting. Jen, what did you think of it?
I quite liked it. I thought there were some quirky bits. It was interesting. I liked looking at them in detail, but the actual different installations didn't really go together in any way that I could understand. I'd have liked to have a little bit more information about why they'd done what they'd done and kind of maybe what it meant. I assume there was some sort of meaning behind it all. But it was nice. It wasn't worth the £6 entry fee. Each. But it was interesting if you lived in York and you didn't have to pay to get there.
I think the biggest issue for me is that I've had to drive 130-ish miles to get here. We have to pay to board the dog, we have to pay for somewhere to sleep, and then I've got to drive 135 miles back. And it's not looking good, because one of the things we wanted to come and see, it turns out they're not doing, even though it was in the brochure to say they were. And that was a bit naff. And I'm a bit concerned that the rest of the night might be just as dull. I'm not sure whether we kind of give one more thing a go and then call it quits and do something a bit more entertaining. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, most of the shops are closed now, if not all of them, because it's a bit late in the night, so we're quite restricted on what we can actually do. And because it's Halloween, it's literally Halloween night, we have a bit of an issue with all the bars and stuff like that just filled with people dressed up and getting drunk. So I wanted to do something in Hull tomorrow, so we booked a room just outside of Hull. It's a Premier Inn, it's a cheap and cheerful place. It seems quite nice, it looks like it's recently been decorated or whatever. It seems nice and quiet, it's near the motorway, so it was really cheap, but I can't hear the cars. But it does smell a bit funky, a bit damp in here. I'm glad we're just staying for a night, I'm glad it was really cheap. The bed seems nice and comfy, which is really good. The wardrobe, well, I saved money by not putting any doors on it. Tea making facilities, which is always good. We have probably a very, very small TV for 2015, but still a TV that may or may not work. We've not tried that yet. Comes with me. Hi. Strangely, the first time I've ever been in a hotel and there's been a separate heater. There's a radiator, but a heater and a hairdryer. Both do the same job. Bit of seating, reasonable sized bed, strange amount of empty space to the right, and I guess a reasonable bathroom. All in all, I think as long as I get a good night's sleep, I'll be quite happy with this, because it's a similar sort of room. This was only about 40 quid. It was about 40 quid for the night, which is good for one night stay somewhere. It was the cheapest around, so I weren't expecting much. Shame I didn't bring my headphones, because it's quite early. I could probably done with editing today's video tonight to save me having to do it tomorrow. I was thinking of doing it in the bar, but I just can't. This was Halloween. A little bit of a disappointment.
Sorry, my fault.
But it's over. We just need to make the most of it. I think we're gonna have a drink in the bar or something. Yeah?
Yeah.
I just sat down on the bed and looked at the door to the room, and there is one of the largest gaps underneath the doors. I'm assuming they just don't use this room. Might be why it smells a bit damp if the heating's not come on very much. But get a load of this, you might be able to see. Hang on. You can see the sides of that gap. Maybe it doesn't look quite as big. Hang on. Can you guys see out of that? Can you guys see under there? This is a gap to outside. That gap is so big that a 2p piece fits under it with room to spare. That's how big it is. So we went down to reception to see if there was any chance that we could move into a different room. And she was a little flustered, but very polite, and said she'll put us in one of the newly refurbished rooms instead of the old crap ones that she originally put us in. When she put us in 15, she did seem a little hesitant and a little worried. I don't know, it sounded a bit strange, but it makes sense now why, if she knew she was putting us in an old room. But no, this is the room she put us in instead, which is way nicer, and smells quite nice, smells quite new, and does not smell all mouldy and musty like the other one, damp. So the TV is considerably larger and nicer. Bed generally looks a little nicer, nice little mood lighting. Pictures on the wall. Bit of a sofa-y bed style thingy instead of the two chairs that they had. Yeah. No view here, but that's alright. Jen was saying that the other view from the other one was the car park. But I was thinking if you could park your car at the front it would be nice. You still have the whole wardrobe thing that isn't a bloody wardrobe. This is less of a wardrobe than the last one. Yeah. There's no ridiculous hole in the door. And I gotta say, the fact that there's no need for an external heater is a good sign in this room. Yeah. Right, so I think we'll move our stuff up here. Yeah? Definitely. Yeah, much happier here. It's the end of Halloween, guys. I hope you had a great Halloween. If you'd like to make a comment below to tell me what you got up to. Us, not very Halloweeny unfortunately, but a pretty good night overall. Not perfect, Jen's thumbs up in.
It's a good night, you just said it.
Overall. Anyway, we've just had something to eat and a nice drink downstairs, and we're going to go to bed now. So we will see you tomorrow. We're off to Hull tomorrow. And the aquarium?
Yes, the deep.
the deep. See if it's any good. See if it's better than York. So, anyway, on this note, I'll say goodnight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Jen and I are gonna try to see what year-long out-of-date Mawams taste like.
Is that my punishment for having stored them under the bed for the last 2 years?